The court has ruled that the War Measures Act was unwarranted. Welcome to Canada Wide. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And how come this happened after?
48 hours later.
David Lametti, the Justice Minister, the guy who was a big part of the Emergency Act, resigned. 48 hours later, jumped off of the ship. And, what my fear is, remember the Wee scandal? And you can see here Pierre when he had glasses on or, before he got contacts or whatever, that all the information, for example, with the Wee scandal, all was redacted.
First time, next page, blacked out. This page, blacked out. This page, blacked out. This page, blacked out. Why don't we ask what's in those pages at a parliamentary committee? First,
Pierre did a very good job at demonstrating everything's blacked out. What's the point of having any documents if you just black it out? Or this is what happened after with those documents, about 24 hours after with the Wee scandal. Within a few hours of that happening, and this is during the shutdown too of the Canadian economy, this guy, as you can see, was walking out of the office, and I don't know who Diana is, and partnership, and also if you look a little bit more, Nicole and executive office. So all that stuff went out. Like, this is when everything was quiet and nothing was going on in Canada, and everyone didn't want to go out and all that stuff. And also all these moving trucks. So where did all those documents move? And why did they move so fast? Which is really something else how that moved across. Now, the Liberal Party at that time, when they were heavy into this. And I would like to know, actually, and I never figured out what happened to that $900 million grant, because Trudeau just gave them the $900 million because the government couldn't do the job. And he gave it to them, and then all this came out, and that money all disappeared. And, there was so much money with those billionaires just handing it out because of the cost. They didn't really think about where it's going. And in the day and age, and those two guys are old enough too, with cell phones and latitude, longitude, or Google Earth, or tracking it. How come they never report it? Like, put it on a Google pin, say where everything's going in, and talk to it, and then none of that happened. And in that documentary from the National, they talked about how the same school number, whatever, 222, was, they made a video for certain billionaires to say this is where your money's going. And it was the same school number. And I almost want to do another video on that just because of the scandal that brewed after that. But the money just was going so fast, and all these billionaires just loved these two guys. And that's really sad. And, there was Mr. Beast did one too, where he put 100 wells in 100 cities in 100 days in Africa or something. Like, he made a TV show out of it, or put it on TV to make aware of it. And it took a lot of work to do. That was one guy. I know it was one guy, but there's still maybe 1,000 people behind the scenes. But they actually did it. Like, these two Keel brothers, where'd all that money go? That's really something else. I don't even know where they are now. They're probably 35, 40 years old, those two guys. So I don't know. I would like to see that money returned. And I hope that doesn't happen with this War Act scandal. So let's listen to Pierre, because it was very good what he did. And he's getting better, much better at of getting the message out, which is really good to see. And it needs to be done. So let's listen to Pierre.
Then we have here an email from Craig Kielburger to Bill Morneau. And, we'd love to learn about the attached documents in it, but unfortunately, in what is to become a trend throughout this package, it's all the relevant information in the two documents are completely blacked out. Another email from Craig Kielburger that went to someone in the government the same day he spoke to Bill Morneau on the phone, but we don't know who received the email, that's blacked out, or what the email said, all blacked out. Here's an email from the minister responsible for the department that granted the $500 million to her top bureaucrat. Again, all the substance is blacked out. And that would not be the first time. Next page, blacked out. This page, blacked out. This page, blacked out. This page, blacked out. Why don't we ask what's in those pages at a parliamentary committee? Well, I'll tell you why. Justin Trudeau shut down those parliamentary committees. When did he do it? The same day these documents became public. What a coincidence. The Prime Minister goes to the Governor General's office and says, Gigi, I'm about to release some very damning information, but I've covered it in black ink, and if you'll just shut down Parliament for me today, then none of the opposition politicians can force me to remove that ink and reveal the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a cover-up. Conservatives will not relent. We will continue to fight to get to the truth. The Prime Minister personally intervened to get a $500 million grant to a group that had paid his family $500,000. He is covering it up by blacking it out and shutting down our investigations. But I've got news for him. Conservatives are just getting started.
Maybe the expertise of Trudeau and scandals, and you just sort of have the guy in charge just resign a couple of days after the scandal because, I know, why are you going to drag it on, So instead of having a hearing and all that. So I really hope that David Lametti, we get to see everything that happened on there. And I think he's a slick guy. He's a smart guy. That's the scary part, that he knows what he's doing. And they really should have an investigation on this. And I hope something doesn't happen. And I know Trudeau doesn't want this before an election. That's why he's doing something with the electoral reform, which I haven't even had a look at exactly. And I can talk about the first past the post and all that stuff. I have to refresh myself on what that is again. But so hopefully there'll be some investigation on this. And David Lametti leaving so quickly is very sus of why he left so fast. And he's just in the walk of shame. And I'm even surprised that Pablo and what's that guy, Randy, that he's still around too. And even Ahmed. I thought those guys left a long time ago. They should just stop bringing up stuff, and because the more you look into what they say, the more you realize that they're just full of it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Best of goodbyes. See you in the next video.